Everybody loves those. Those are my hot sellers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there. Welcome to the Incline. I'm your host, Crystal, and I am here at Everything Atlanta at the New Black Wall Street Market in Stonecrest, Georgia, with Mecca, co-owner with her grandparents. How cool is that? Mecca, tell the viewers on the Incline, what is Everything Atlanta about?
We specialize in Atlanta souvenirs. We've been here at the market for over a year now. This is our second location, and we're excited to be here. Everything Atlanta, we basically have anything with Atlanta on it. T-shirts, shot glasses, anything that you need when you come to Atlanta, you and your friends,
Nice.
any type of Atlanta memorabilia, we have it for you.
Really, really cute, unique pieces, right?
Yes, stuff that you can't find here in the States. Some of our merchandise we do print out here, but we're able to give you these low prices because we're able to source people that are able to make these for affordable prices.
So Mecca, how did you get involved with your grandparents? Like, that's a big deal. That's kind of unique because you hear people in business with their parents or their children, but she's in business with her grandparents, which I thought was really neat. How did that happen?
It didn't start off this way, guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I wasn't the first one signed up to work with my grandparents. I did do other opportunities. I was management at other places. It circled back to me that, hey, I need to really key into this opportunity that I can have generational wealth. And when I realized that, I decided that I definitely need to be here with my grandparents. And it is going to be exciting for me because I have kids, and not only will I pass this down to them, but this is something that I can basically give back to my family. And I feel like when I'm checking in to work, I'm doing something that I love.
Absolutely.
I love working for my family. I would say that's the biggest change that's happened for me. When they say you wake up and love that you're doing something, that's happening for me here.
I just think it's neat. To work with her grandparents, right?
Yes.
And knowing, what's your age, Mecca?
I'm 27.
27 years old, and she's talking about generational wealth. A lot of times, when we're young and vibrant and moving around, a lot of times we're focused on self, right?
Right.
But she's focused on not only her grandparents,
Yes.
parents, herself, her children, right?
Yes.
You want to leave something with your children and you want them to learn. This is what we want to talk about on the Incline, right?
Yes.
It's about the family. It's about the community. So how did you dive into the business part of the business?
So I did go to college. I started off, I was a collegiate athlete. So my major starting off was criminal justice, and I was able to switch over and get into the business avenue. My first management job, I believe my first job was actually Dick's Sporting Goods, but it wasn't management. But that job, I was able to hire over 200 people for them. So when I started making those calls, I knew that business was my avenue. So, knowing that I was able to do that for other people, now doing that for my grandparents, it's a great feeling. It's something that I feel like every day that I know I'm doing the right thing.
So did your grandparents just call you and say, Mecca, we need you to help? Or did you go to your grandparents to say, I want to help? How did that happen?
So I will say this, my grandparents aren't the average grandparents. They
I know her
still to this day, they work every day. My grandfather, he's a stepping stone for the family. He's done so much. I started working for him when I was maybe short of 12 years old. He had a kiosk down in Atlanta near the Sweet Arbor Market. He's had several different business ventures in the Atlanta area, from the underground all the way back up to Sweet Auburn. So this isn't our first rodeo. We're just starting to key in on what we need to sell you guys and figuring out, okay, as you start to travel in, we got some big events coming up. Where are you going to get your Atlanta memorabilia from? Your Atlanta Falcons gear. And know these things are handmade, and some of them are, factory made. But we're giving you a good price, and you need to know, hey, when you go back home, you have a piece of Atlanta, and not only just Atlanta, but the Black Wall Street. This is a pivotal year for us here, and I think the turnaround is going to be great.
I mean, just really neat things, right? So talk about this little cute bag here.
So this bag here, so actually what I did today, this bag is a staple for us. This is something that I sell to the kids through the younger ages. We do have a lot of, our market here is an older generation, and we also have a frequent crowd of middle school to teenage kids. So another thing that I've done since I've been here, my first 6 months, I had to change some things. These items weren't selling. I had to figure out, hey, how do I get these things to sell? Where do I need to put them? What colors are trending? I've been tracking what I'm selling. And so now I've realized, hey, when people come to Atlanta, they want stuff for kids. They want things that they can take back, gifts. I tell a lot of our merchants and just people in the building, if you know anybody that needs a gift, come to us.
Right.
We also have a lot of competitors, but remember, what you'll get here is a fair price point, and you'll also have an item that you can't find anywhere else.
And I like how you mentioned change, Mecca, because sometimes when you start a business, you get very attached to what you've started, right? And you don't want to change. You're holding tight, to whatever the tradition is of how you started the business,
right?
But you mentioned change. Are your grandparents embracing how Mecca comes into the business and says, hey, this is not working, I want to change it? Are they cool with that?
So the good thing about coming in with a grandparent is they already know your tendencies. From working with my grandparents since I was 10 to 12 years old, they knew that my tenacious energy, it's gonna rub off. So when I got here, no, there wasn't a shift in communication, because they already knew, hey, the standard is gonna be set high. And hopefully anybody that we bring in, or anybody that we're able to service, we can give them that same type of service as well.
Mecca, what can you say to people your age and younger? Because on the Incline, we want to touch everybody in different demographics, right? Within our families, right? So it doesn't matter your age, you can be a business owner. We know personally business owners that are in elementary school, right? So what can you say to those who are watching your segment? How can you inspire them if they're not sure what to do next, how to start, how to stay on track? What would you say to those?
My something that I used even when I was in college and throughout my years is I was fueled by faith. I pray a lot, and not saying that I am a overbearing prayer, but that's something that I've used. Also, being a stickler to staying to my schedule. In the beginning years, I was not the best person as far as scheduling. Learning after college, learning after having several failures, you have to fail. I have failed so much that I've learned that, hey, this is what I need to do before. What I can tell you is that don't be afraid to fail. Somebody that I use, as I was sitting at home the other day and I was watching a thing on Eddie Murphy. I watched several of his videos, and some people go through and look at his career as an actor. And he has several different movies, and these were two things that I saw in the film, just to sum it up. He had did a film where they told him he had been the worst actor for the Academy Globe for 10 years. He came back after that, and within his next 10 years, he had made over, I can say, at least $50 million. So from him taking that energy and putting it towards something else, I know we've all seen those guys climbing up the ladder and the other guy doesn't get up the ladder. All of that is fueled by faith. You have to dig deep. Nothing that I have has came easy. And I can say that another thing is building a rapport with people like Crystal that's definitely going to get you to the level that you need to get to. Simply communicating, making that call, just following up. Those things are super uber important. As a young person, you can start now.
Right. Select your village.
Yes.
It's very important. People don't think that you can be deliberate about the people that you hang with.
Correct.
You need to attach yourself. If you're comfortable in your environment,
Yes.
you're probably in the wrong environment. You got to keep moving,
Yes.
right? And attaching. And it's not always so easy. I mean, it's
Right.
easy for us to say it, right?
Yes.
It's easy to say,
You're right.
fall and fall fast, hurry up. You're going to fail, just get up, dust off. These things are true, but you do have to have a level of faith,
Yes.
right? Beyond yourself, beyond what your mind tells you that you can accomplish, right? And when you need that additional push, find the people. Look at Mecca.
Yes.
You can come by the New Black Wall Street Market. She and I dialogued some prior to the interview, and her energy, we just connected.
Yes.
Did we not?
Every time I see Crystal, the energy is unmovable. Even here today, and I'm excited to watch her and be a mentor under her. I'm here to learn anything that I can, and I'm excited for the Wall Street.
Yes, absolutely. So what's next, Mecca? I mean, is there some more changes that you're going to be doing? Is everything Atlanta in other locations?
I'm not, going to branch out. We do have 2 locations, and we will be doing pop-ups. That's another thing as well. If you know anybody that is doing any big pop-ups outside of the Atlanta market, drop it below. Let us know where we can go and get these great businesses moving. I'm excited to be here. We definitely want to get at least 1 million more people in the building next year. At least
pop-ups
1 million
are really
more.
good for those who are starting a business,
Yes.
right? You may not be ready for a brick and mortar location, but you do want to get brand awareness out there about your products. Everybody's not at the same level of marketing dollars, right? And it takes a lot of money to market,
Definitely.
but you can do a lot of pop-ups that are very good for your particular business model, right? Save lots of money and still let people know about your products. So what are some of your favorites in everything
this
Atlanta?
year, definitely I have here a couple things that we laid out. This is one of our big ones. Just anything Atlanta memorabilia. Okay. The shades. Hey guys, we're having a sale on our shades starting now all the way to June.
So can you show a couple of pair of them?
Yeah,
a few of those. We'll show you what they
definitely have. So here's one of the cool ones. And everything's around $20, guys. $19.99. So you can
the kids
be cool
probably love those
this summer when you're on the beach. And remember, we also will be sending out monthly emails and text messages letting you guys know that we've used that through Square Cash. So we'll keep you posted, but just let us know what you want. We're gonna get what you want in the market and make sure that you have a piece of not only the Black Wall Street, but Atlanta when you leave from here and go back to wherever you are.
Mecca, your children, you have small kids. At what point will you start teaching them about business? Because sometimes people think it's too early, and it's not too early. Like, we know children who come through the market and they're these tiny little people,
right?
And they own businesses.
Right.
So I want to try to sort of change the mindset about when do we start showing our children how to be responsible with money, right?
Definitely.
Finances, banking, bookkeeping. It sounds crazy, right? But it is absolutely possible to do that. You can teach they know everything anyway. I mean, they're swiping on their phones. They can use their phones better than us.
Right. Yeah. So for Case, I would say don't be shy. Jump out there. Yeah. We have a really good family system. Case's dad is active in his life. We spend our time raising our family, letting them know that, hey, these are things that you have to key in on. Credit is big. You have to have these things before you branch out and before you're able to get your life on track. There's key things that you need. I'm not going to say everybody has to go to college. It's an amazing thing if you do, but credit is going to be important.
Even if you don't decide to go to traditional brick and mortar college, right? You have to have education to make it in this world.
Right.
Right. You have to have education of some sort, whether you're getting, certifications, business licenses. You have to be able to understand how the financial world works, how banking works.
Yes.
Right. And so it's good to teach our kids young.
And I will say this, I got my first bank account when I was, I believe, maybe short of 8 or 9 years old. And that's the same thing that I want to set for them. There's banks for our community, people like us that want to start businesses and they need the funding. You may not be able to find the funding everywhere, but key into those companies that are pro your ethnicity.
Very good. It's very important to the fact that, and you mentioned earlier, you said something about having good credit, right?
Yes.
And so a lot of times when you're young, no one's talking to you about what credit even is,
Right.
let alone if you knew it needed to be
Yes.
good or bad, right? Like,
yes.
what does that mean, good or bad credit?
Right.
You know, and so what does that mean? What does that mean, Mecca?
So for me, when you want to, for us, own a business and have a letterhead, these are things that you need. You cannot, I would say that, yes, you can pay for things cash, but why? Credit is the ultimate way to success. Once you get those accounts up and you start paying for things. So for me, my first credit situation was in college. I had to pay for a apartment, a condominium. I've of course went to several different seminars. There's things that you can buy into to learn about credit. I think that it's a staple in the American life because you want to let your lenders know that, hey, I'm paying off my debt and I'm not a risky lender.
Right.
And that's, what the key is to life. And it's not just about credit. That transfer over is, like you just said, Crystal, into life. And so having a good pattern of,
being responsible.
Yes, being responsible, making that call when you don't want to have to, answering the phone when you don't have to, being on time, all of those things, they matter. The small things that I've learned for me, they matter. And remembering here at Everything Atlanta, starting off with the Wall Street, that things weren't going to be peachy, but now look how we're doing. We're booming. We're selling bags. We're selling magnets. We're selling glasses. Anything Atlanta memorabilia, we'll have it for you.
I like it. Well, I hope you learned something from Mecca. She seems excited, right? Here at Everything Atlanta, co-owner of the shop with her grandparents, which I thought was really cool, and wanting to teach her kids about family legacy, family wealth building as well.
Yes.
So thank you, Mecca, for your time here on The Incline, and we hope you learned something today. We'll see you the next time. Bye.
Everybody loves those. Those are my hot sellers.
Thank you.
Thank you.